My human ecology degree took me to St. Lucia to implement the Davis Project for Peace in the summer 2009, then to southern Belize to do an internship with Mayan communities to promote sustainable agriculture practices through agriculture, and in the winter 2010, I visited the Yucatan, Mexico as part of the Yucatan Program at College of the Atlantic with Todd Little-Sebold and Krista Little-Sebold, where I studied the agricultural practices within a rural community. During my stay, I found that the communities participated in various payments of environmental services to protect biodiversity, aquifer, and reduce deforestation. I returned back to the Yucatan in winter 2011 and conducted ethnographic research in rural communities in the region and studied how these payments of environmental services worked within the socio-political and environmental aspects of farming community. During my research, I participated in the activities of the communities, visited conservation areas, and interviewed leaders of the communities, government agencies, and non-governmental organizations. I mainly focused on payments of hydrological environmental services projects where the communities are given economic incentives to set aside a portion of their land for water filtration to the subsoil for 5 years. The introduction of reduction of emission from deforestation is another project that is on the way to be implemented, which is called RED+. During my stay, I worked with 3 communities with ejidos, which translate as communal land owners, as they are mainly main participants in conservation programs. Just to give you a snapshot of some of the interviews, this is Don Armando Caamal of San Felipe, which is similar to my home country's natal village. He says, well, it is like this. Before environmental services program existed, people used to work in their milpa, traditional farming. And then came the credit program from the bank, Ban Rural. I don't know if you have heard of it. The bank came and said, I will give you 1,000 pesos. In those days, 1,000 pesos was a lot of money. Then the people entered there and cleared 10, 15, and up to 200 hectares. These words embody the predominant expansion of agriculture, even with the existence of hydrological services. These conservation programs are working because of the economic incentives given to the communities. Traditional labor corporations such as Fahina and the internal land ownership contribute to the success of the projects. Just like in the past, economic incentives was used to clear the same forest. The apparent success of these programs in Jose Maria Morelos is intriguing. It remains to be seen whether these communities will have the power to negotiate for their vision of coexistence of conservation and resource-based livelihoods. Capturing the words of Don Miguel Cante, he says, to be able to work, we know how to manage. If environmental services say, do not touch, we want to work, conserve, and harvest. That is what we are trying to do. The power of the words coming from the mouth of a regional leader gives new perspective to conservation projects based on economic incentives. That is, economic incentives for conservation and people's livelihood are difficult to coexist. People's livelihoods should be at the center of conservation projects and should be given careful consideration when introducing new projects. With new conservation projects such as the reduction of emissions from deforestation, RED+, it is uncertain whether it will succeed in the long term. What is clear based on this research is that the complexity of social and political community lives will need to be considered. For this matter, conservation policies and programs should not lose track of how people engage and participate in these projects for their livelihood. What is clear is that people who are stewards of the land will play an important role in conservation. With this, I would like to give thanks to the Davis family for their support during my studies at COA, to Todd Little-Sebald, and to Suzanne Moores, and all of those who made this possible, making my COA education a meaningful one. Thank you.